Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review.
Upon further review,
And in this edition, we'll be talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Carolina Panthers. And this Week 3 matchup will be on September 21st at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC, as this is Sunday Night Football, as the Steelers are going into Carolina. And this game should be a hard smash-mouth offensive battle. You know, the Carolina Panthers have one of the toughest defenses in the NFL, and the Steelers have always been known to be a tough defense as well, historically anyway. The Steelers come into this game with a record of 1-1, having beaten the Browns by a field goal on the last play of the game there in Week 1, 30-27. And that was in Pittsburgh, but then they went on the road to Baltimore, and they really got handed a tough loss by the Ravens as they lost by 20 points, 26-6 on Thursday Night Football. And here they are on Sunday night going into Carolina to face Cam Newton and the Panthers. And the Panthers are without Steve Smith, and Cam Newton didn't even play in Week 1, but he came out in Week 2 and looked impressive as he threw for 281 yards. And the Carolina Panthers are 2-0, as they are off to a better record this year than they were last year. And last year they won the division, the NFC South. They actually were just one of the top teams in football. And now they're off to a better start in a season where, I'll admit it, I thought they were actually going to slip a little bit in the division. But they're looking strong right now, and we'll see where things head from here, and I fully expect them to be 3-0 by the end of the night. So the Panthers looking very impressive, and Cam Newton has only played the one game so far, but he looked really good in that game, and we've seen some really good production out of their rookie, Kelvin Benjamin, as he's already put up 138 yards on this young season, and he's found the end zone already one time. Greg Olsen's also looking really good, as he's a favorite target of Cam Newton, as he's already got 155 yards receiving on this season as well. Of course, they got to work on their running game, as they struggle to run the ball a little bit. They haven't been able to put up really any big numbers, as neither of their backs has even reached 100 yards. Of course, D'Angelo Williams is banged up, and Jonathan Stewart will be getting all the touches, the majority of them anyway. And it'll be interesting to see what he can do. I know he's getting up there a little bit, and it's going to be really, though, all on Cam Newton, as he's going to have to lead the Panthers. They do have that excellent defense, as they are really good top to bottom. Yes, they are missing Greg Hardy, but they've got more than capable players up and down their roster defensively, as they are one of the top defensive teams in football in the last few years. So far, I mean, they beat Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay 20-14, and then the really impressive win in Week 2, beating the Lions 24-7, as they shut down one of the most high-powered passing attacks football has to offer, as they held Megatron under 100 yards. So if they can do that, how are the Steelers going to beat them? I mean, Pittsburgh, Le'Veon Bell has been looking really impressive so far. He's doing really good running the ball. Of course, he's got to stay healthy. Antonio Brown's been looking good too. Of course, he didn't play the whole game there against the Ravens. They ended up sending him back to the locker room. He took that tough hit. They put him, under the whole concussion protocol to make sure that he didn't have a brain injury. He was able to return to the game and still put up some numbers, but by then they were already just down by so much. Roethlisberger, I mean, he's been putting up some numbers, but he's turned the ball over twice as much as he's found the end zone, as he has 2 interceptions versus the 1 touchdown. So, I mean, he looked good in Week 1 starting off anyway, early in the game in the first half, and then he just kind of disappeared in the second half, and then the Ravens just dominated them in Baltimore in Week 2. So Pittsburgh, they've got to play better than that if they want to have any chance of beating the Panthers on Sunday night. And I really give them very little chance of going into Carolina and beating the Panthers in prime time. So even though the Panthers, they are somewhat susceptible, and it's possible, Pittsburgh, if they can get a big performance out of Le'Veon Bell, and if they can control the ball and not turn it over, Antonio Brown makes some big plays, and their defense can, hold the Panthers to scoring, they got to hold them less than 20 really you don't want them to even score more than 14 or really more than 10, because the Panthers, with the way their defense plays, if they shut you down, the Panthers are capable of shutting down anybody. You've seen they only let up 7 points to Detroit, so I mean, if you want to beat them, you might have to only let them kick a field goal. If you're going to beat that Panthers team. So Pittsburgh got its work cut out for them, and I really don't think they stand much of a chance. Is I think Cam Newton, he should put up big numbers. I would not be surprised to see Cam Newton throw for over 300 yards through the air, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up rushing for 100 yards on the ground and having one of the biggest performances on prime time from a quarterback that we've seen in quite some time. I also wouldn't be surprised if Cam Newton throws for 2 touchdowns and rushes for 2 touchdowns, something like that. I don't know if it'll be that exact, but I expect him to have a really big game. He's going to need to have a big game, though. Like I said, of course, with the defense of Carolina, if they put up even 9 points, they should win this game. And I expect them to put up probably about 24 points, so they should win this game, 24-14, something like that. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm very interested to hear everyone's opinions. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I thank you very much for listening. If you did enjoy the show, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, as we will be bringing you content almost daily. So we have the prediction show, The Wedge, that's a weekly prediction show. We also have bonus upon further reviews. You're listening to one of them right now. We do them for every single game each and every week. And we also do recaps of all the games as well. So thank you once again for listening, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a great weekend watching plenty of great football, and especially this Sunday night game.